Good evening, YouTubers. It's Brian Paragamian, Senior Trader and Co-Founder of ProfessionalStockTraderLive.com, bringing you the closing commentary for Tuesday, October 13th. I got what I wanted today, more of a consolidation day. The Dow closes down about 15 points on the session. The NASDAQ closes up 3/4 points. The Russell closes down 2 points. Now heading into tomorrow, it does appear as though we're going to have a fairly decent gap open because of earnings from Intel. They beat earnings by 5 cents. They gave upward guidance. They actually blew the socks off of their earnings, and they gave even better guidance than what was expected going forward. Right now, the futures are trading up on the S&P by 8 points. Intel is trading up about 85 cents right here on the session. It has backed off a little bit from its aftermarket trade, but again, very, very positive news on Intel. The stock's responding favorably. I imagine that a lot of the tech stocks will move right along to the upside as well. We also did have CSX come out with earnings today. That's a rail company. They beat expectations by 3 cents. They also said it looks like the worst is behind us. The question becomes JP Morgan tomorrow. Expectations are very high for JP Morgan. How are their earnings going to come in? Are they going to beat expectations? Are they going to come in line? Are they going to come in worse than expected? I think it's real important to see how a lot of these stocks in the overall market trades off these earnings. Are they going to sell the news? Are they going to continue to push these stocks higher? You know, depending upon whether the earnings are better than expected, meet expectations, or worse than expected. It's going to be interesting. I don't think it's just an absolute slam dunk that we do move higher, but everything does point that way. As I continue to say, a move above 99.18 on a closing basis on the Dow Jones Industrial Average opens the way up to 10,300. In my estimation, 10,300 represents a 50% retracement, Fibonacci retracement from the highs of 2007 on the Dow to the lows here of 2009 this past March. That's where I think we are headed. Everything indicates that way. I don't really like the fact that we're going to gap this market up here tomorrow morning, 7 or 8 S&P points, at least based on what things look like now. I'd prefer really a flat opening, but I understand, you know, the Intel earnings, they're going to want to gap this up. So it'll be interesting to see if we have a gap and go here tomorrow, or if the gap does get filled. I actually think it's going to present a real nice mixture of trades tomorrow from both the long and short side as far as day trades are concerned. Let me just give you 2 stocks that I'm looking at heading into tomorrow. One is STEC, STEC Inc. It's oversold right now into support. Got down to 23.49 today. That represents all kinds of support in the stock going back from middle of June through really the middle of July. I like the way the stock set up. I like the way the stock bounced off the lows here today. This is a stock I'm going to look to be a buyer in a weakness. Now, of course, you know, looks like we're going to gap this market up, so it's not going to be a stock I'm going to chase if we open higher, but it is going to be a stock I'm going to look to play if it does open lower, and I can run my stop down below today's lows. One other stock I want to share with you is LAD, Lithium Motors. Here's a stock that traded $16.49 for a high back on September 25th. Came all the way back down here a few days ago down to 10.80. I like the way it's setting up here. It's broken a steep downtrend line yesterday. I like the stock the way it acted today. Closes up a penny on the session. I want to look to be a buyer of this stock actually from a swing trade perspective with a stop down below the recent lows right around this 10.80 mark. So the risk reward to me is real dynamic there. You know, roughly a 50-cent risk. And the upside is certainly back towards the $14 area where some moving averages come in. One other stock I want to just make mention is Ford Motor Company. This stock here has broken a nice downtrend line going back to the highs it put in here back around August 3rd, around 886. Broke itself out yesterday. I continue to look to be a buyer of this here into any dips if you can get it back maybe towards the 730, 740 area to limit your risk. I'd run my stop down below 7. And again, I want to continue to reiterate, I continue to think St. Jude Medical is a buy-in here, running your stops down below the 32.50 area, say around 32.25, so they can't stop you out. The stock, you know, closes down 17 cents here on the day. There is some stuff that came out on the healthcare plan. I'm not really so sure if they were impacted by it, but nonetheless, the stock already has been slammed. They do have earnings coming out on the 21st here of October before the market. It's already been factored into this stock. I'm going to continue to watch the stock very closely because whether it rallies in front of the earnings, I believe this stock is poised in position to rally. Ideally, you want to start getting a push above the 34.5 area. Once you get that, it certainly looks to me like this stock is heading back towards the 36 plus range. I love the risk reward here. Again, if you're not making money on a consistent basis, whether it be through your investments, your day trading, or swing trading, I urge you, go to our site, ProfessionalStockTraderLive.com. Take advantage of our 1-week free trial. You've got nothing to lose but time and the opportunity of watching us and learning how to become a professional trader. I thank you for watching this video. I'll be back tomorrow at some point with another update.